People are looking to you, looking to me to bring them there. That's what we need. You need to take the people to that level. God is not going to take them only. He needs our help to do these things. That's why He sets the tone by putting people like yourself and I in the kingdom to bring people to that place. This is the assignment. That's why I'm saying this is called an apostolic mindset. Spiritual authority starts with apostolic thinking. Now let's go to a second section of our chapter. With an apostolic mindset, everything is producing, is becoming more so, growing. You see the fruits of your labor. More people getting saved, set free, delivered, healed, set free from demon possession, set free from all kinds of stuff they're dealing with, depression, anxiety, fear, whatever. They're being set free from these things because it's multiplying. Your gift, your anointing is multiplying within them, amongst them, in front of them. Number 3, fill the earth. What does it mean? It means to cause the earth to flourish and fulfill the purpose for which it was put in place. He gave them an assignment area. Now, you mentioned about fighting and then refighting again, which happens to just about every Christian. However, as I mentioned before, when it comes to ministry, it goes to it gets to a different level. Now the devil's taking it personal. You see? So now things become even deeper. And when it comes to these principalities, I don't think I mentioned it, they seem to study us. There's a principality that can study us for 10, 15, 20 years, and he can see where you're going. He knows where you're going because he's been at this for so many thousands of years. So he's going to study you. And as your first 10 years, we see how Sister Palmer, what makes her click, what makes her tick. So let's do this to her. Let's do that to her. Because we don't know. Maybe they heard something in heaven about you. That's I don't know. That's a mystery. But maybe they got some insight of who you are when you're going. So your fight is intensified, and your prayer life has to be even stronger. You're getting direction. I know we all supposed to pray. We know that. But there's a praying in the spirit that you need to continue to see God and praying in tongues, praying in the spirit. If you haven't been baptized with that, I don't know. But praying in the spirit of God and getting so much insight that you're ahead of the game. You're ahead of the curve, so to speak. So that everything that's falling into your path is just going to come without you putting any effort in it. Things that you want to do or you have aspirations of doing will fall into place because you're walking in such a way that's in sync with God. We have to think ourselves in a way that way we walk. Now, when I'm talking about perfection here, but we're always getting back on track, that we're going to walk into the divine will and purposes of God. And I think many of us don't do that. We mess up, we fail, and we regress. Whereas God says, okay, as it says in Proverbs, a man falls 7 times, but what does he do? He gets up, right? And he gets it over again. So if we can just continue to get back on track, eventually we'll get it. We may not get in the beginning because we're all at different levels in our walk. You've been saved this amount, Brother Roger's been saved, I've been saved a certain amount of time. So progression is different for everyone. I can't expect you or me to you to progress in a certain way. It doesn't work that way because we come from all walks of life. But the thing that is for true, that is certain, that we are going to get where we're going. We are going to get there. Some of us will take us longer because of we defeat our own purposes and our own responsibilities. So we delay the process of progression. And God wants to move us, accelerate it to such a degree, but we set ourselves back. And we don't want to be doing that. And we have to check our own hearts and say, God, what's setting myself back that I'm not moving in a progressive way that'll give me all this dominion and power you said that I have, but I don't see it in my life. Why don't I see it in my life? Well, we have to check our hearts and say, well, what do I need to let go of? Does the enemy have a foothold in my life? Is there a stronghold in my life? Is there a habit I need to break? Is there something that the enemy keeps taunting me with? There's something it's like a rock in my shoe that I have to get out of the way. Like I said, we're our own enemy. We shoot ourselves in the foot. And the moment we get that out of the way, things will be a lot easier the path, the walk will be a lot easier, and everything will just fall into place. Boom, 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 because we're walking in obedience. Right? Like I said, you prepare a table in the presence of my enemies. It doesn't matter. I'm in the presence of my enemies, because if God put the table there, it's because He knows that I'm going to be able to sit there, and I'm going to be able to eat there, live there, and get over it, even though I'm there. So again, it's all about checking our hearts, making sure that we're moving forward. So it's a hard thing. You know, like David said, you know, David always was about checking the heart. And we don't, some of us don't do that. We don't check our hearts. We let things linger for such a long time, and they become detrimental in the long run. The devil loves that. He loves that. Oh, keep doing what you're doing. Don't worry. God forgives. God forgets. Really? Every action has a consequence. And in the long term, we want to be where we want to be. And if we're not there, guess what? We're not happy. Now watch this, because God puts something in us to make us happy. And if we're not fulfilling our calling, we're not going to be happy, because he deposited something in our spirit, to something to be put in us. The same way He put a spirit in us, He put something in us, a desire in us, to fulfill the call in us. You see?
Right.
So he drops that in our spirit, and if we're not going to be happy until we fulfill that.